Welcome to Spotlight Ozarks. I'm Ty Voles.
And I am Gabriela Peña. Today in Spotlight Ozarks, we're going to show this program. We are bringing you interesting people, places, and events. So let's get started. This episode of Spotlight Ozarks will highlight the not-so-hidden talents of our very own students. These are talents that students use inside and outside of the classroom. Our first talent comes from Cheryl Cambronero. She shows us sophomore Gabriela Pandeli, who is a piano player since age 7.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Pandeli. I'm from Chihuahua, Mexico. My majors are marketing and health science. I'm a sophomore, and I have been playing the piano since I was 7 years old. Well, this didn't really start as a passion because my mother kind of forced me to practice and play the piano when I was 7 years old. But I'm definitely thankful that she did that because I like it now and I wouldn't give it up. I had a private tutor once a week, and I had to go to that lesson for about 45 minutes and each day practice 20 minutes until I was in more upper levels. Then I had to start practicing 1 hour each day. I like Claire de Lune from Tchaikovsky, or by Tchaikovsky. That's one of my favorite songs. And I also like the compositor Hiruma, Bach, Handel. I'm learning to play the guitar. I also want to learn to play the ukulele. But my biggest dream is to play the cello. I really like the cello a lot. I feel like you can express your feelings in the piano, but the cello just has a lot more impact, or I don't know, I really like it. Well, playing the piano relaxes me a lot, and I like the sound of the piano and just the music in general. I really enjoy playing the piano, especially because you get to a point where you know the song that well, where you just play it. It's as if your fingers know what they want to play. Your brain doesn't really, so you just go with it, and it's awesome. I can't really describe it. Whoever plays music knows how it feels. Well, currently I am participating in my church. I am not playing the piano, however I'm playing the keyboard, and I am wanting to take the piano class maybe next semester or one of these semesters during my junior or senior year. I saw the worship team and I liked the music, so I went up to the worship leader and asked him if I could play the keyboard or the piano. And they had an open slot for the keyboard, and that's why I play there. I have not participated in any concerts here in Arkansas, but back home in Mexico, I played in several recitals. I've also played in Christmas concerts and at the church when I went there. I stopped practicing or going to consecutive piano lessons when I was 18, and last summer I took another course which helped me a lot. My teacher helped me look at difficult songs and how to break them down and practice one hand first and then the other one, and just try to then play them both together. Since I am currently not taking any piano class, I try to go to the Walton piano rooms every Saturday. However, this semester has been so busy that I haven't been able to go, but I try to go at least once a month just to not lose the practice. I think the most difficult thing about playing the piano is actually discipline to practice it, because once you're practicing, getting the song right is easier, but just getting yourself to actually sit down and concentrate to learn the piece is very difficult.
Thank you, Cheryl, for showing us Gabriela's incredible talent.
Fernando Valenzuela is a well-known Walton International Scholar from Panama on the Ozarks campus. He uses his singing and guitar talent to lead worship and special events in the community. David Estrada shows us his story and passion that gave Fernando his start. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Fernando Valenzuela, and I'm going to play a few songs for you guys and answer some questions. When I was around 5 or 6, I called the radio, and I won, just by calling, I won 1 month worth of lessons. And the only thing I learned how to play, I think, was La Bamba, which I don't even remember. It wasn't even chords. It was just it was the most stereotypical Latin thing that you can imagine. But then I got serious into the guitar after my freshman year in high school. I started just learning chords by myself, and a few people just hinted here and there. I started with drums, started with percussion, and I moved on to the guitar just because they needed a singer at my youth group. They needed someone to lead. And so since I already had the guitar background, it was an easier transition for me to go up there and lead. And from then on, I've been leading and singing along with that. So I started in high school, senior year of high school, singing for real. I don't think my voice developed till then. Before that, I think I was just rooster, just crowing, just whatever roosters do. I forgot the word. Wow. Anyways, but yeah, it just sounded like a rooster before that, and it was not pretty at all. I like jazzy blues. Kind of like John Mayer style, Jack Johnson, Greg Laswell. Mellow down, not so much shredding, but more of texture and richness to the sound. When I write songs, I criticize myself. I'm too hard on myself, so I never publicize them unless it's something really special. Because usually when I think I have a great idea, I put it together, and then all of a sudden it's like, that sounds like garbage. There you go. I really don't know how else to put it. Yeah, that sometimes I'm like, hey, that's good. Listen to it again. It really doesn't sound good. So most meaningful experience is surprisingly not in a full band. It's not in a super loud recorded place. It's mainly when I'm by myself, and for instance, I firmly believe in God, and so when I'm by myself and I just start playing the guitar and start just talking to Him about the day, it's just a time where you, I guess, a downtime where you chill and you just enjoy the moment. Babe, you hardly even notice when I try to show you the song that's meant to keep you from doing what you're supposed to. Waking up too early, maybe we can sleep in, or make you banana pancakes and pretend like there's no world outside. Oh, we can pretend that all the time. The fact that I'm in choir, voice lesson and piano lessons, just the music and the practice time along with it, gives a lot of anti-stress, I guess if that's even a term. It just helps to just let anything, any worries, even happiness. I mean, sometimes you're just happy and you just let it out and it comes out a new song. He said it's a great icebreaker, saying, hey, do you like the song? Hey, connect right away. There's always more women, and when a guy's singing, I guess there's always more women when there's concerts and stuff like John Mayer, and it's just a bunch of women lined up screaming for him. I guess it does help. But even, I mean, it helps in the other way too. If there's a girl singer, a guy looking at her will be like, whoa, where have you been all my life, you know? So, yeah. Well, can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. Ain't no need, ain't no need. Rain all day, not all night. Oh, can't you see, can't you see? Well, just let me go. I would like to encourage you guys that are trying to learn to play the guitar or considering on buying a guitar. If you don't have a guitar, buy a cheap one. See if you like it, but you have to realize like nothing good comes out of just easy. Sometimes it will take hard work, but it'll pay off. I'm Fernando Valenzuela, and it was such a pleasure to be interviewed. I love music, and I hope you guys like this interview too. So.
We have Fernando Valenzuela in studio to show us more of his talent through an original song that he wrote. Take it away, Fernando.
I was thinking of a song for you, so I started with the moon. I gazed at the stars and looked at the trees, but inspiration, but it was all for none, 'cause every step I took reminded me of you. And all I did was fall and fall and more and more and more in love with you. More in love. And all I did was fall and fall and more and more and more in love with you. I can bore you with all that I did to write this song, but I won't, or maybe just a bit. I rode a bus to Mexico and wrestled with a bear, but it was all for naught, 'cause every step I took reminded me of you. 'Cause all I did was fall and fall and more and more and more in love with you. 'Cause all I did was fall and fall and more and more and more in love with you. With you. And all I have to do is give you all I am to you. Give you this unscripted song for you, for you, for you. And all I did was fall and fall and more and more and more in love with you. 'Cause all I did was
Thank you, Fernando. Well, we're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, we will be introducing you to a new style of dance.
Master Printing at 140 West Main Street in Clarksville is the premier place in Clarksville to print. With printing services that include business cards, letterheads, envelopes, stamps, and much more, Master Printing is Johnson County's one-stop shop for any personalized printing need. Just give Dana or Debbie a call at 754-6694 or stop by and be greeted by friendly faces. At 140 West Main Street in Clarksville, that's Master Printing.
University of the Ozarks is proud to introduce to the Clarksville community our new 7,000 square foot conference facility. The Rogers Conference Center offers a unique, technologically advanced environment for meetings, retreats, or banquet-style arrangements. Our facility can be transformed to accommodate 700 people in an audience-style setting, 350 people in a banquet or reception style, or transformed into 4 individual rooms complete with state-of-the-art audio and visual technology. Whether you are in need of a luncheon meeting or a multi-day retreat, please contact the Student Life Office at the University of the Ozarks at 479-979-1322 to help plan and arrange your conference needs.
Welcome back to Spotlight Ozarks. Today we're going to talk about aerial modern dance, which is a subgenre of modern dance first recognized in the United States in the 1970s. Here on campus, Andrea Avalos and Linda Olivier practice this unusual discipline. Annabelle Fiedler take us to meet these skillful students.
Hi, my name is Linda Olivier. I'm a marketing and economics major with a minor in computer science, and I love to do aerial dance. I've been doing aerial dance since I am 16 years old, and it's been my hobby since then. I saw one of my friends, she started doing it, and I just wanted to do it with her, so I just asked her, and then I went with her and I started doing it. Back in Mexico, I used to perform in the really high places. I did competitions, I did performance, I did opening for basketball games, closures for different kind of theaters, plays, yeah. When back in Mexico, I used to be a teacher of aerial dance, and I think I was a teacher for about just like one summer before I came here, but since then, I've been doing it by myself here at my balcony. I do aerial dance in my balcony. I don't even know if it's legal here at campus. I don't really care. It's just that I do it because I asked them to do it when I was a freshman and they didn't want me to, so I just did it here. I performed once in my freshman year. I did one performance, but that was about it. To be able to do aerial dance, you have to be confident that you want to do it, and it's not easy. You have to be really patient, and if you want to be able to do it. You have to be really, strong and do it almost every day if you want to be able to be good at it. To be able to do aerial dance, you need strength, flexibility, and a lot of trust, confidence. I have a friend that I thought she was a cheerleader. Her name is Andrea Avalos, and she's pretty strong, so she can do this. I taught her, and she's good at it. So we do it together now. Yeah. To be able to do aerial dance, you have to be flexible, strong, and if you want to start doing it, you just have to be committed and do it every day if you want to be good at it. I like aerial dance because I always play sports and I've always been strong. So when I first started, I was really good at it, and I just picked it up really fast. So I started doing it, and then I saw it was easy for me, so I just thought it was for me. When I graduate, I want to have my own gym, and I want to be able to teach it. So that's one of my dreams, to be able to teach it to other people. For me, it's it's everything. It's what I do. It's the way to express myself. I love it.
The next two packages for today come from the Walton Fine Arts Building, as these two students show us their talent in art. Shane Warford brings us our first artist, Matt Wellborn.
I am in the Walton Arts Studio with art major Matt Wellborn, who is going to show off his art skills for us this morning.
Thank you, Corey. I had to say my art career began at the age of 5. That was at the time when I was able to pick up a pencil and just start drawing away on pieces of paper. If you were to ask my mom or my grandmother right now, they could tell you how many sheets of paper I went through just to keep on drawing and everything. As I grew older, my artistic abilities got a little bit better from time to time, and when I started to hit high school, that's when I knew my peak point where I knew that I wanted to go on with my art. So I decided to come here at the University of the Ozarks to expand upon it. During my years here at Ozarks, my views of art has completely changed drastically because of the fact that I went from just drawing cartoon characters and just anything fictional and non-objective to things that are more realistic and things that have more of a personal meaning to me. Today, I want to just show you some examples of my work, starting with my cylinder piece, working up from my chalk pastel to my black and white and to my watercolor. A lot of these works that have a personal meaning to me. I want to show you one of my best ceramics pieces that I've made. This is a Chinese dragon wrapping around a cylinder. It is about a 12-inch round cylinder, of course, with details such as the dragon. And if you look very closely, you can see the details such as the forestry and the Great Wall of China behind it. So, this is a cylinder piece. I wish I can sell this right now, but moving on. I want to move on to one of my best chalk pastel pieces, which I titled this Maddie. The reason why, I am the eldest of 9 siblings. I have 3 in California, I have 1 in Missouri, and I have 5 here in Arkansas. The reason why I named this Maddie, I have a little sister named Madeline who lives in California, who is like a parakeet all the time. Metaphorically, she squawks, she's very clingy, she's pretty much like that bird on your shoulder, you know, and I rarely get to see my little sister from time to time, but any time I do, she's always that parakeet right there on my shoulders. So I wanted to do something to kind of show my love towards my little sister. So I decided to make a chalk pastel piece using various colors such as red, orange, blue, a little bit of green in the back, but if you look very closely right here, you can see a little bit of green being blended in. Moving on, one of my biggest strengths that I've had here coming to Ozarks is my use of charcoal. In high school, you know, I started to discover it a little bit and used it quite often in a lot of my works. But when I came here, I completely went a whole new route when it came to charcoal. Like, when I first discovered it, I either made things either too dark or too light. But getting through help with Tammy throughout the years, she has helped me to balance it out between the darks and the lights using a value range, using certain areas of gray, white, and only throwing in a few mixtures of black in there. This stands out to me as my best watercolor piece because of how I was able to capture the colors and everything of my truck. Now I have a Ford Ranger that has the same shade of purple as this right here, though it's a little bit darker, but because of the watercolor and everything, it makes it a little bit lighter than it should be. But despite having the colors and everything thrown in there, it's a personal meaning to me because I love having my truck. I know it's a stereotypical guy thing here in the South where they honor their trucks so much, but this truck means a lot because I've had so many great memories with it, and the fact that it helps me get from here to there. Shape. Now, for you viewers who are watching, many of you are probably wondering why is just the gourd just standing out into open space there. Well, there's a way to fix that. What I'm creating here is what is called a horizon line, which gives it a place for the gourd to stand on. But then yet again, my values come in this way. So, to make it stand out more, I'm going to have a shadow right here. Now, just like any other great artist out there, you know, you want to keep your work as your own. So to do that, put my name, and I put the date right there.
Our final talent of the night comes from Hayden Tyler. Hayden introduces us to David Nichols, a freshman ceramics student.
I first found an interest in ceramics when in high school, because my school district was weird. We had junior high, which went from 7th to 9th, and our 9th grade wasn't a part of the high school, so going from 9th to 10th grade, I was going to take a different class, but that was already taken, so my sister suggested that I take an art class, and one of the art classes that everybody had suggested was ceramics. So I took Ceramics 1 my sophomore year. Ceramics is interesting to me because I can make stuff. I can be hands-on building what I want to build. I can make cups, bowls. I also like the fact that with these things I make, they are utilitarian, which means I can use them. I can actually go home after they've been fired, actually bisque fired, then fired and glazed. I can go home and use them as a cereal bowl, salsa, anything. Born with the talent? I don't think so exactly. Like wheel throwing, it just takes time to learn. Like somebody can teach you, you just have to have the patience to learn. It's just like any other skill, it takes time and patience to learn how exactly to do it. It benefits me a lot. I can make a living off of ceramics if I chose to. Like ceramics, I'm going to learn to teach. I'm wanting to teach ceramics, and with teaching it, I can make money off of it. It is useful because I can make all my plates, bowls. Like if I chose to, I would not have to go out and buy bowls and plates and cups. I could make them myself. The different styles of wheel throwing, there's throwing off the hump, which you center up only the top part, which allows you to make like the lids for any, like if you're making a teapot, you can make a lid by throwing off the hump. But also by throwing off the hump, you can make multiple things at the same time, which allows you to work a lot faster. There's normal wheel throwing, which was what I did today, which allows you to make anything you want. But then there's also, once you're done wheel throwing, you can take your piece, turn it upside down, you can put it back on the wheel and secure it with clay around the edges, and you can spin that and you can trim the top part and make the shape you want for the bottom. right now, this would be year number 4. I've been wheel throwing since sophomore year. I wheel threw for 3 years in high school, and then this right here would be year 4.
Thanks, Hayden, for helping us to get to know David Nichols.
That does it for this episode of Spotlight Ozarks. I am Gabriela Peña.
And I'm Ty Voles. We will see you next time.